up, everybody? Welcome to another Wednesday Warriors, and it is Wednesday, 5/26, 2021. My name is Joey Galvez, and you are here with myself and Ambrosia. How's it going,
Hello.
Ambrosia?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So we do not have any guests this week, but we are just hanging out, and we're going to be having some fun talking about some cool stuff. We had to kind of switch it up a little bit last minute because one of my computers went down, and luckily I had another one up and running really quick and just jumped on that one. So we
Which
are
is
here,
crazy. I'm so glad that you had the other computer.
right? I know, and I had it just right here, ready to go. So,
Yes.
but we are here. So,
Hello. It's better late than never.
right? Yeah, definitely. So it's been a week since the last I saw you. What's been going on in Ambrosia's life? I know
Honest.
school's
I
over.
know. No, not yet.
No?
Friday is the last day. No, so we're not there yet. But so this week has just been filled with turning in grades and grading and closing up all the fun paperwork aspect of it.
Oh,
So
wow.
finally getting down to being done, which I'm sure as a parent you have seen how challenging this pandemic teaching has been, but from the opposite end of it.
Oh yeah, it's been definitely it's been a fun fun ride.
Because what age are your kiddos?
I got kids all over the place. So I have the ones that are in school right now. I have one that is going into 6th grade, I believe, and then he's the only one that's in school right now. So
That's a hard grade too to be in
yeah. So
right now.
the school that he's in, it's considered middle school. So we technically, I guess, if you want to call it, we have a middle schooler in the house.
Oh dang!
It's kind of scary, but man, yeah. So
What about you? What have you been up to?
I've been watching a couple different things. I started Resident Alien, and I'm maybe about 3 or 4 episodes, almost close to being done. So it's all right. It's all right. It's good. It's good for what it's. I'm not gonna say anything because Dave right now is probably listening and he's like super mad at me because I had a conversation about this earlier.
Did you guys?
Yes.
What did he have to say?
He loves it. He believes Alan Tudyk is a national treasure, and I think he's got a little bit of a man crush on him. So
I mean, who wouldn't? Obviously, you don't. But okay, so what are things that you like about it, and what are things you don't like about it?
So I do like how Alan Tudyk portrays the role. He does a really good job in that aspect. I do not like the sheriff's character. There are some really like cringy moments in some places, and I'm like, it's 2021. Is this allowed? Is this trope allowed right now? Right now, like you're pushing the boundaries, but it's good. It's good. I mean,
wait, okay. When people like, do you like shows like Park and Rec and The Office?
Yes, but my wife would say that I don't like them much anymore.
Really?
Yeah, because I begged her to stop. It's because my wife has a thing where she has to fall asleep to something on the TV, and it's a really bad habit. And we actually
I'm the same way.
we actually vowed, we're like, okay, we're not gonna have a TV in the bedroom. We ended up getting a TV in the bedroom. So so what do? We watch TV all night. Something goes on all night. So I begged her. I was like, okay, because all she played was The Office all night long, and I'm like, okay, subliminally, I'm starting to hate this freaking show because it's been like a year since this is nonstop in my brain when I sleep. I need something different.
Well, for you, thankfully, that is no longer on Netflix.
Yeah, but she did. She was like, "Oh, it's on Peacock." Okay, so we moved over to Peacock, and now, and then, but for a little while, I did get her to change it up and do Big Bang Theory, and
Okay.
we've gone through those seasons like all the way from the beginning to end at least 2 or 3 times now. So she's like, now she's like slowly creeping The Office back into my life because it's on the last 2 nights.
Well, it's funny because my husband, he was like that too. I wouldn't say that he's always been a fan of it, but he was a fan of it because I love it so much.
Yeah.
And so he was excited when it was going off of Netflix because that's all I would do is I would fall asleep to The Office.
Uh-huh.
So that's how we started how I started watching Star Trek because he was like, okay, it's no longer on Netflix. Let's try something different.
Yeah.
So that's how I started getting into Star Trek. But for my birthday, he got me the complete set of The Office.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have to like put it in the
because it only plays like, okay, so I did the same thing for my wife recently. I got her the same thing, and it's awesome, right? But it only plays so many episodes at a time, like maybe 1 or 2 episodes, 3 tops, I think, if you're lucky.
Yep.
And then you have to, and you can't really loop it all night long, so it eventually stops. So my wife got fed up with it too. She's like, Peacock it is, guys. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yep. I get it.
don't know about that. So Peacock, if you guys are listening, I would love to talk a little bit more about your product on my show. Just hit us up.
Okay, so what are things that you didn't like? You said it was cringy in some areas.
Ooh, I can't do that. So I should probably talk to my buddy Dave Lance. But no, it's not. I don't want to get into it.
Okay, sorry.
Let's talk
We're not getting into it.
We'll get into it another time because we got a whole lot of show to get into here.
Yes.
So anyway, so that's what I was watching. It was a whole lot of fun. Yeah, some things were cringy, like they were just saying things. I'm like, is that allowed? That's the only thing I noticed. And
okay.
Whatever. There were some things I was like, they're pushing. They definitely are pushing some boundaries, but I think it's all right. It's good. All right, that's good. So let's jump right into it. Actually, let's talk a little bit. We almost forgot our sponsors here. Let's talk to you guys a little bit about our sponsors. I'm not going to go into a crazy amount of talking to it, but I'm just going to talk to you guys. If you guys head on over to manscaped.com and at checkout, you put in the code Geek Collective. That is GeekCollective. You can get 20% off the Lawnmower 4.0. Head over there and do that. You can also head on over to I was using the lawnmower over here. So if you guys want to head over to scoutcomics.com, you can get 10% off at checkout with code GEEK. That is GEEK at scoutcomics.com. Okay, you know what, Ambrosia? It is time for geek news, and there was one thing that I did see, which was actually really cool news. And did you see this here? It was WandaVision / Black Widow writer signs a deal with Marvel Studios.
Yes.
This is kind of big news. Like, number one, I don't think a lot of people knew that the one of the head writers over at WandaVision also wrote if not all, but a good portion of Black Widow.
Yeah.
So really cool. That means we're gonna get some really cool stuff that is written really well. So, what do you feel about this?
I'm excited because it's Jack Schaefer, correct?
I believe it's Jacques or I don't. I have
Jacques.
no idea. I don't want to mess up your name. And then they refer to this person as a she. So, that even throws it off even more because if I'm thinking of the word of Jacques, I think of a male, So
yeah,
I have no idea. So
I should have. I try to. Yeah, I don't know either. I'm excited because I think I'm all for female empowerment and especially with these female characters. Is super exciting, especially how well WandaVision was. And I mean, I haven't seen Black Widow yet, but I'm really excited for Black Widow. So I think will be awesome. And
I think they are definitely banking a whole lot on Black Widow being awesome, right? I mean, and we've heard everybody out there talking about Black Widow, like they're gonna go see Black Widow or even purchase it if they're doing it on HBO or however or Disney, however they're doing it. Um, they're like, I'm gonna get it anyway. That is the one movie that I will pay $30 or $40 for to watch like as it's released. Which
No,
I'm right
most
there with you,
definitely.
man. I'll slang some of these books and to pay for it. Why not?
Right. And I think a lot of people have mixed feelings about Black Widow because it should have been,
No.
they think it's too late to have it released.
Mm.
But I'm just overall excited for it. So I'm easy to please. I don't care about.
Right. Yeah, me too. Everybody talks all about that, right? They're like, it's taken too long. They've pushed it far back. They pushed it out back again. Yeah, I get it, everybody, but I understand you want to see this. We all want the content, right?
We
But
also,
do you think that they're waiting, even though that they've come out and said that they're going to put it on Disney, right? Do you think that they're waiting to put it in theaters, like have
I
a
think
big
so.
blockbuster like release?
I I think so because I'll be honest, because even though the movie theaters have been open and nothing has really been
Yeah.
released,
Mhm.
but my husband and I just got our movie tickets for a movie next week, and
Okay.
we had to have a
Yeah.
conversation like, how do we feel about going to the movie theaters? And I think they were waiting for
Yeah.
more people to get vaccinated, and for like rules guidelines to loosen up in the
Okay.
area.
Yeah.
So
And tons and tons of places are doing that right now. I live in Arizona, and it's opening wide up. So
is it?
yeah, it is. It's opening wide up. I mean, it- the numbers have been kind of great, but we definitely, I think there's. Well, this is not political. We're not going to get into.
No,
We're talking about
no, but
comic books. Let's talk about some comic books. So, but yeah, that's really interesting. I was really excited for this because I want to see what they're doing because they came out with that sizzle reel. Remember when they revealed that big huge 4 at the end? Everybody got
yeah.
excited for that. That means that we're going to be getting Fantastic
Yes.
Four. So
Yes, and that in itself like stirred the pot with a
yeah,
lot of people wanted John Krasinski from The
Krasinski, yeah,
Office, yeah, and
mm,
then his wife
Emily Blunt,
to yep.
yeah.
So, but Emily Blunt said that she is not at all doing it, but
And
we'll
the,
see.
and the people they've always come out and said, hey, how many times have they said that they're not going to, but and then they turn around, they do. So we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know who's going to do it, but I really hope it's going to be somebody, and I really hope that the story that they have in store is going to be something great. What kind of
Because
so if we see an introduction of Fantastic Four, who do you think we're going to see, or what kind of story do you think we're going to see?
I don't know, because Fantastic Four, I've never been a fan of those movies.
Okay,
They have they
right,
haven't been my favorite. So I don't know if they're going to redo like an origin story type thing.
yeah,
Because we haven't had a Fantastic Four movie in a really long time.
yeah.
So I don't know if
There's a lot of people are speculating that because we are going to be dealing with the quantum realm in Ant-Man, right? So
yeah.
they feel like that's how we might see Fantastic Four. They people are trying to say, well, the reason why we didn't see them was because they were stuck in the quantum realm, that's how they
Oh,
are introduced. That would be a really easy one, but I mean, but what kind of storyline do you think that we would see? I'd like to see. It would be really cool if we kind of saw what was that event? It was not Civil War 2.
Empire?
Secret Wars? Is it Secret Wars?
Yeah.
Is that I think that's what it is. Yeah, so I'd like to see something like that.
No, to be honest with you, I don't know what Marvel's doing. Um, Between the shows and the MCU,
Yeah.
I feel like everything, which is good because I think that's kind of what they want.
Mhm.
So I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I love it. I'm excited too. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. All right, this next story is actually kind of funny because and kind of sad because Dave Bautista says that he's quitting Guardians because he's shirtless way too much.
That made me so sad to read.
Are you kidding me? Dude, I mean, come on. You you signed up for this character, right? You knew that this was gonna blow the freak up. And you're now going to quit because you are far too shirtless.
Right. Well, okay, so I read the article. Well, and then okay, so this is where things go. There has to be like, I mean, if they could hide Wonder Woman being pregnant, like there has to be like something that they like. If he doesn't want to be shirtless anymore,
just give him a green t-shirt. Just give him a green screen t-shirt.
Honestly, that would probably save money in the makeup department because like it took so long to do. Right. But it's because
green screen shirt on him. Come on, you're good to go.
Why not? Because he said that he like he's gonna turn 53, or he'll by like the time another Guardians come out, he'll be 53, and that is just
I'm too old, man.
Yeah, and he said like for the past.
I think he's like, I'm done wrestling, you know, because that's a whole new story. You know, they kind of screwed him, so but we're not going to go into that. We'll talk. That's room for another podcast.
I think he's ready to have a dad bod. Like
I'm saying, like he's ready to just like kick his shoes off and just get fat. He wants to be Fat Drax.
Yes, and I mean, we can have Fat Thor, so we can have a Fat Drax.
If we can have, oh man, if we can have Fat Thor. Can we have Fat Drax? Come on, guys, just let him have the dad bod.
Yes, 100%.
He's like,
because
give me.
He said that he is tired of starving himself. So in order to like maintain that, and he says it's getting harder and harder for him.
Yeah.
And so he just wants to eat pizza and live his best life. And I'm all for it. So let's get him. I mean, they could hide Wonder Woman's night, like how many months ever she was, her pregnancy. We could hide his dad bod.
Why not? Let's do that. Let's start a hashtag. Let's start a hashtag. Hashtag Drax dad bod or something.
We stand with Dave, and we are here to support him. I will maintain my dad bod for him. I will not get into shape because that's not fair for him.
Well, talking about that, I've actually been on a journey to lose my dad bod and kind of feel a little bit more. So actually, what's funny about this shirt? Okay, this shirt is kind of twofold. I wore this shirt from my buddy over at the Bat Pod, which is Bill Beer, because on social media when we posted out our live feed for our kind of save the date for this episode, and he said, "Oh, you guys don't have any guests this week." I said, "Oh, of course we do. You have the Just Us League." So I wore my Justice League t-shirt for him. So
I love it so much. Yeah,
my inside joke there for you. So you got the Justice League here.
I like that.
But I haven't been able to fit this thing because this is my shirt. Well, I was like, this was my skinny shirt. It was like one of those ones that was way too big for me when I was skinny, and I could not fit it because I got really big. So now I've lost enough weight where I can fit into it. So
yay! Well, congratulations.
So I understand where he's like, I want to just kick back and stuff, but don't go full dad bod. That's all I'm saying.
No, but hey, at 53, he still looks really good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
No, I have to. It's funny, on TikTok, someone asked me, because like you see how I eat like my snacks, and someone asked me like how often I have to go to the gym. So I had to like, listen, guys, I really do eat super healthy. I promise, and I work out every day. I promise. It's fine. It's fine.
You don't have to lie to kick it, Ambrosia. Come on.
I know.
You know
as I'm drinking like a Mountain Dew.
I know.
But it's zero sugar because I am
Oh,
an adult.
zero anything is awful. So, all right, so I've got some more stuff, some more Disney type stuff news here.
Let's go.
Did you guys see that on Friday they dropped some interesting stuff? Yeah, Disney dropped some interesting stuff, some Marvel content. But
Wait,
what? But was it? But did it stand up? Did you guys stand? Did you guys? Was it weird? Because they dropped something called the Fury Files, and it was not Samuel L. Jackson's voice. Which I mean, it's awesome because it was I believe Shy McBride, I believe that's his name, if I'm not mistaken. But he's reprising his role from one of the um animated series, which is cool, awesome. But it kind of like just like threw everything out of left field. It like came out of nowhere and it just dropped, and everybody was like, "Oh, cool." And then I've been hearing, so I was like, "Oh, it's not really what I was thinking that it was."
what did you watch it?
I did not.
I didn't either.
I didn't. It's just one of those things. Like, should I or should I not? And that's why I'm asking. I'm like, is it a banger or is it a bust? So I wanted to know if anybody out there had watched it. I don't know if anybody's really watching us because we're not. We don't have. They come for the guests, I guess.
I guess so. I guess
We're
so.
not fun enough. Anyway,
No, not
they
there.
will watch.
I haven't watched it, but I also thought it was because Modoc, like
Oh yeah.
Modoc
Yeah.
dropped the same day, and then Disney never really mentioned anything about this.
Oh really?
No, well, not that I know, but I don't keep up with my Disney news.
Yeah. It came out of nowhere, out of left field. Like I said, completely out of left field.
No,
So let's move on to here to I guess this is some DC news, some DC U stuff. Did you see that that The Rock dropped a photo of a set photo last few days here? And
I
if there is anybody out there watching and you guys do not want to see any spoilers, we're probably going to show the photo here. So
do it.
if you want to look away because we might. I don't. Oh wait, I lied to you because that was on the other computer. Sorry,
Oh no!
sorry.
But
Unless let me see if I can pull it up while Ambrosia talks so that I can.
um,
Oh,
it was. It's a picture of the the set of Black Adam. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's got a temple. It's black and white. It actually looks really really cool. I wish that I had the photo for you guys here. And I don't have it set up. I had it all set up and ready to go. I was like, awesome, I'm proactive, and I had it all ready. And then my computer said, no, you don't, because I'm not gonna work today. So I had to switch it up, and so
It's
I'm
just
looking at it over here, but it's not working.
he posted it on his Instagram,
Yeah.
right?
So if you guys want to head over there and check it out, it's on his Instagram. It's really cool looking because it's obviously just a set photo. Everybody's kind of working. There's lights on there, and it's got this temple weathered kind of brick looking thing. It really doesn't reveal much in the photo. It just looks like somebody either they're working on the set or they're cleaning up or fixing or doing something. So, but it's a really cool looking photo. If you guys, if it's just if you just want to get excited about Black Adam, it's definitely something to go looking for and search for. So check it out.
I'm excited for this movie. I feel like DC is finally stepping up their Marvel game. Like not
Yeah,
like they're stepping up their movie game to be in competitive to Marvel.
right. Yeah, I think so. And did you hear this? This I probably should have dropped this in the Marvel news type stuff, but did you know that Zack Snyder actually at one point had he had a Star Wars spin-off that he was going to do?
No,
Yeah.
no.
I didn't know this either, and I'm sure that all the Star Wars people out there are probably like, "Yeah, you didn't know this. You're not cool enough to
Obviously,
talk about it." But so anyway, yeah, Zack Snyder had a Star Wars spinoff in the works, and he said that it was Akira Kurosawa inspired. I don't know if you guys know who this is, and like I said, I have to pull up my stinking thing because I had it all over here, and now it's not opened. But I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's actually Akira Kurosawa was a Japanese film director, screenwriter, producer, and he produced over 30 or directed over 30 films. His career spanned over 70 years, and this is just online, so you just do a quick research. But he did films like Seven Samurai, Rashomon, Ran, and Ikaru. So very very cool samurai type stuff, which interests me. Were they gonna do a really cool kind of like samurai ninja kind of type story? I mean, they did a western with Mandalorian, and that this kind of type of style. Oh, how cool would that be?
Okay, you say that it was in the works. What does that mean? Does it mean that they're not working on it anymore?
Well, you know how these Hollywood people are always super cryptic about it. They never really, they kind of say, well, yeah, I would love to work on something, but they never really come straight out and say that they are or they aren't. So he was on a podcast recently, and he was really cryptic on what was going to go on, but he was insinuating on, like, I guess he was insinuating on he was actually going to be it's work in the works. I don't know. So
All right.
come on, bring it.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Is it animated or live action?
That I do not know.
Okay.
I do not know. But how cool would it be? Whatever.
Has he done any live or any animated?
That is a good question. I don't know if he has or not. Let's see. Does anybody out there know? Let's ask. The millions and millions of people out there in the internet land. Do you guys know if Zack Snyder did any animation? I don't think he did.
I didn't think so.
Are you typing it in?
Yeah.
Because I don't think he has. Honestly, I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty freaking awesome. I'm excited for that one too. If it comes out, how cool would that be?
I think it'd be great.
I'm down for that. I am down for that.
I don't think he had. He has a computer animated film called Legend of the Guardians.
Okay.
I don't think so though.
So talking about Zack Snyder,
probably live action.
Have you have you seen Army of the Dead yet?
No, not yet.
I have not either, because so every time that I try to turn around because I want to go watch it, my kids are like, "Hey, Dad, what's up? Let's watch some stuff." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then by the time that they go to bed, it's dark, and I'm like, if I start watching it, I'm gonna be scared and I'm gonna have nightmares all night. And so,
wait, are you serious?
No, I'm just.
I was like, wait,
are you serious? Like that's a major thing.
You can watch The Office, but you can't watch scary movies before you go to bed. Okay, and Dave, how do you say his name? Batista. There we go.
Yeah, but Dave Batista.
He's in that as well. I wonder if he's shirtless in there. If he's shirtless on that, I'm gonna call BS, and that he doesn't want to be Drax anymore.
She's like, I'm calling BS. Maybe because he's like, you guys give me. He wants to be a leading man. Drax is not a leading man. So he's like, nah, I make. That's what these guys always do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how many times have we heard that a lot of these actors didn't want to take these superhero roles because they were going to have a mask on their face far too much.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know exactly who, but I mean, come on. They want more face time. Oh, I mean,
I didn't know that at all. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I would just be like grateful to be in a film. I don't know.
Right. You and I both. I mean, that's all the news I have. I don't know. Do you have anything?
No, I've been really out of MODOK came out. I was really sad about MODOK. However, you didn't really seem. Yes, I did. Okay. But they did something different than what like Disney has been doing. I wasn't expecting it to. I thought they were going to be doing one episode at a time. Yeah. But they released, I think, like 10 episodes all at once.
Almost the whole.
Which was
thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
I've seen the first episode. I have not seen anything further than that because I was finishing up Resident Alien and I was like, what am I doing? MODOK is out. So I started watching MODOK, and then I was like, I got to finish something. So I got to go finish that one. and then I'm gonna start watching Monak because I'm like, I gotta do. I'm one of those people like I gotta watch one show at a time and like consume it all and understand. Like I gotta.
No, I'm the same exact way. That's why I haven't been watching anything, because I need to watch. I'm behind on The Walking Dead, and then
You're
I'm
doing
behind
Handmaid's
on.
Tale, aren't you?
Huh?
You're doing Handmaid's Tale, aren't you?
Yes, that's it.
I knew it. I knew.
I watched it on my lunch today.
So my wife is like, is like, I like Ambrosia because she's all about Handmaid's Tale, and like,
Oh, I love it.
she's like all over it. So she's like,
I think your wife and I would be friends. We can have your wife be a guest because she likes The Office. She likes The Handmaid's Tale. She's going to bedazzle the lawnmower. I think we'd be great friends.
Yeah, and she hates comic books though. So that's the one thing.
Never mind. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All my friends don't like comic books.
I will give her this though. She's doing something really cool, and she did it all on her own, and she wanted to do it. It's like I did not push her to do this. She's actually watching all the MCU movies from beginning to all the way up to Endgame, or actually all the way up to even the TV shows. So
Yay! No, way to go. That's awesome. No, I'm just kidding. None of my friends are. That's why I was so excited to find a TikTok community or a community of comic book people in general, because I was always like the only one who's into comic books. And so like none of my friends have, like, we are polar opposites. They pretend like they know stuff for me. Like, I heard that there's a Baby Yoda show. But no, so I'm used to not having friends who like comic books.
Yeah. I'm convinced you guys will probably have a good time.
Probably.
You guys would probably hang out more than I'd be like, hey, it's time for, and you'd be like, no, we're hanging out. Sorry.
I am going to Arizona this summer though.
Oh, there you go. That's bad news.
But I'll be going to Payson. I don't know where Payson's at.
Payson's not too far from here, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we actually.
Cool.
We love Payson. It's a beautiful place. Love it. Gorgeous.
That's
awesome. Yeah, that's actually a good place to be during the summer. So, because it's way too hot down here in the valley. So.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah, so my grandparents live down there, so I'm gonna go see them.
Cool. That's awesome. All right, I don't have any more news. So, Ambrosia, this is all you. This is Ambrosia's pull list. Actually, I do want to tell you something I got in my pull list.
Yeah.
This right here. Black number 2. See that?
Yes. Okay, so get this. After we literally were talking about Scout Comics and how I've never seen Scout Comics in my local comic book store, they had Black Cotton.
Oh, so cool. What would you be cool enough to, or is it okay for you to mention their name?
Yeah.
Please.
So it's I Want More Comics in Thornton, Colorado. And they had issue 1 and 2, which I was so surprised to see because we were just talking about it.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, I've got my issue. I've got the Black Cotton ash can right here.
Oh, cool!
Black and white ash can, super cool.
Yeah. I've never seen an ash can in like real life. I know I talked about ash cans, but I've never seen one, so I think those are so cool.
Yeah, there's a few of them. I got a few of them, and what Scout does really cool stuff. Scout actually puts ash cans out before the book comes out, so you get to kind of do a preview and stuff. So they kind of stick to how that, not what they were when they first began, but what they kind of become. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if you've gone. I think you've gone into that. I think that would be a good episode, Ambrosia, to go into the history of the ash can a little bit deeper than you did in that episode. That would be really cool.
I could do that.
But I've got these. I got these here for you guys. I'm actually going to be putting a couple. I'm going to be putting a care package here together for you and your husband to send over to you.
Oh, thank you so much.
So these are right here. These are going to be your guys' there for both of you.
I'm so excited.
So,
yeah. So I'm hoping that we'll get some more Scout Comics in. to our.
Yes. Encourage your shop if they to continue to do grab Scout Comics, because they are doing amazing things. They have a handful of stuff coming out. I don't know if you guys know who. Um, we'll talk about that another time. But they have some amazing people who are lined up, coming out with some really cool stuff. If you guys just head over to scoutcomics.com, click on their news tab, and they have some really cool stuff. Also, if you guys want, I dropped an episode of Two Scout Geeks on Tuesday, and I go a little bit into some news about some Scout stuff. So if you guys want to go, just head over to twoscoutgeeks.com. You can check out the latest episode there and listen to that episode, and I talk a little bit about Scout news. I've got another episode coming up as well, and we're going to talk. There's some new news came out the day that episode dropped, so it did not make it into the episode, but it's going to make it into the next one, so stay tuned. Really cool stuff.
Have you do you follow Floating City Comics on TikTok?
That sounds familiar. I think
he does a lot of like readings of like comic books and like deep dives into them. But he did one yesterday about I think it's called Steak by Scout Comics.
Yes.
And so that was cool because he typically does like Marvel, but he did some Scout Comics yesterday. So I thought it was cool that we got some representation in there. And he has like, he has 176,000 followers.
Oh, wow.
So that would be cool to get some traction to Scout.
Yeah, definitely. I've got Steak somewhere in here.
Do you like that one?
Steak, yeah, it's really good. I actually backed one of their Kickstarters, so I've got my Kickstarter book up there somewhere.
Oh, cool.
And I've got like tons of so I got tons. I got the Kickstarter variation of Steak, and then I've got the Jessamy as well. And then I also, because I subscribe to the Scout Comics box, where you guys can grab that at scoutcomics.com. Under $40, you guys can get 12 books bagged and boarded. You can't even get those at full price bagged and boarded, 12 books. So grab that at scoutcomics.com. Pretty cool. And if you're shopping other stuff, use the Geek code Geek at checkout. It will not work on the Scout box, but it will work on other items if you're not grabbing the Scout box. So. But yeah, it was in one of the boxes, and they even do and also what's really cool about the Scout box is they actually put in their like Scout subscription box exclusive covers. So
cool.
I've even got a Steak cover that's exclusive to the subscription box. So
that's cool.
I've got them somewhere in here. I gotta look through my boxes. I got tons of them laying around somewhere. But yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Cool. So let's talk about some comics that came out this week. Honestly, this week I was really Marvel heavy with the sprinkle DC. So Reptile issue number 1 came out today. Who I haven't read it yet, but it is. Have you heard of Kamala's Law?
No, I haven't.
So it's right now. It's a law that. It's in Marvel's. They call it Kamala Law after Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel.
Okay.
Because it's basically a law for any teenagers who are superheroes that they can't be out fighting crime.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. So we're like Miles Morales, Kamala Khan, and some of the Power Force or the Power Pack. They all got caught up in this. And so Reptile, I've never heard of him before. But he is a young, his name is Herberto Lopez, and he is a lizard, like a reptile.
Yeah.
And so he's getting caught up with Kamala's Law as he's trying to fight crime. So I heard it's really good. I haven't read it yet, but that's on my pull list to go. Heroes Reborn. There is a lot of what I hate about big events is the tie-ins and the amount that they had. So the first time that they had it, they had like the first week they had one tie-in. The second week they have two, and then this week we have 3 tie-ins, and they're all issue 1s. So I don't know if it's going to be a one shot. But this week we have Magneto and the Mutant Force, Sage Society, and Young Squadron. I haven't decided if I'm going to get any of those because surprisingly, this Heroes Reborn event is better than what I expected. And even the first tie-in that they had was better than what I expected. So I don't know if I'm going to buy them, but
So
I will read them.
I grabbed a couple of Batman titles. It wasn't this Wednesday, but it was last Wednesday. Did I tell you about these?
No.
I grabbed Batman the Detective #1 and #2 right here, and I grabbed these,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna read those, and it says it's a 6-issue mini, so I think I'm gonna grab all of them and read them and see how I do. I mean, I've not jumped into a DC or Marvel book in a long time, so I'm gonna try.
Really?
Yeah.
What got you? Okay, if this might be a tangent real quick, but when you started reading comics, did you read independent first, or did you read
No, I
like
was
DC Marvel?
I was in DC Marvel. I was a Batman fan. I'm a huge Batman fan. Batman is my favorite, and it was X-Men, and so it was Batman and Wolverine was my favorite characters.
All right.
So,
And when did you stop reading them?
just a few years ago.
Okay.
Just a couple years ago, because I'm just like, I need something fresh and new. So I started looking out for indies, and I fell in love with them. So
Yeah, you're the one who got me into indies, and now it's just added more to my pull list. And
here's another one you got to grab. I grabbed the trade paperback right here. This one is called The Shepherd.
Ooh, what is that?
Oh, this one is so cool. This follows a father and a son in their journey and the father kind of loses his son to addiction and kind of takes his journey, but the father there's kind of a supernatural twist. He becomes like kind of like a supernatural kind of like anti-hero. So
All
it's
right.
kind of cool. You got to check it out. It's really cool. It's by the Molinaris. It's son and father team. Actually, Andrea Molinari is the editor over at Scout Comics, and he wrote that one. So him and his son wrote that one. So pretty cool stuff. It's really awesome.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Check it out.
Alien. So Marvel has taken over the Alien name or copyrights. So Alien issue #3 came out today.
Okay. How is that one? Are you following it really good?
Yeah. Well, I haven't. Okay, I can't say yeah. I read issue 1. I have issue 2 and 3. But I haven't read issue 2 yet.
Okay.
But I loved issue 1.
After issue 1, is it worth it if I jumped on because they got issue 1, 2, and 3?
Do you like Alien?
Yeah, I like the old school titles. You know, I mean, there's a market out there for people who chase those covers and stuff. You know, right? There's even a market out there for people who love the Alien crossovers and Predator crossovers and all those stuff, right? I mean, it's interesting. So
I like all of that. I liked all of the crossovers and the weird. I'm their target demographic of like, yes, I need it all. So for me, yes, it was. I liked it. It's like based in the future. But I really liked it. I thought it was cool. I just like Alien in general. So I was so sad when Disney took out their Alien ride because I loved that as a kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they turned it into a Stitch ride.
See, so last time I went to I'm probably dating myself here. Last time that I went to Disneyland, I was like super, super young, and they had a Michael Jackson movie playing in the theater. There, like that 3D theater thing going that they have, that ride or whatever.
Yeah.
It's called Cat Theo or something like that.
Yeah, I think they still have like something similar because I remember when we were there Maybe it was something that they did like waiting in line. I don't remember, but I saw something
Yeah,
about it.
It was weird, and even as a kid, I was like, "This is kind of weird and kind of creepy." Like,
Well, I definitely think it's a sign that you guys need to go back someday.
definitely, yeah, my kids definitely would love to enjoy that. So if anybody out there wants to pay me and my family to go for a trip to Disney, please. No.
No, for real. For real. Beta Ray Bill. Did you ever get into
Ooh,
him?
no, you know what? I've never got into him, but I always thought his character was so intriguing. My
This
son
is a great issue
into it.
too.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're only on issue 3.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and issue 1 and 2 have been really, really good. It's almost like because we haven't seen him in a while. And so it's almost like a fresh start. So this one would be a really cool one to get.
So you're gonna get me to open up a new pull list, aren't you?
It's so dangerous.
I know. I'm like, oh man, I knew it. As soon as I thought about the premise of this show, I'm like, she's gonna have me wanting books that I can't.
Yeah. 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 But I'm sorry, but what were you saying about your son?
Oh, my son loves Beta Ray Bill.
Oh, he does?
And my 10-year-old, and he took an interest, and I'm like, that's an interesting character. I've never really explored that character.
What got him into that?
Just watching Thor and reading because reading some of the comics. So I used to take him to the comic shop with me, and he used to love digging into the long boxes and stuff. While I visited with the guys and stuff like that, so he would dig in the long boxes while we were there, and he'd find cool little books, and like he would just like the $1-2 books, and so I was like, cool, grab like 3 or 4 of them, do whatever, and he found a few Beta Ray Bill books, and that's how he fell in love with the character, I guess. So
That's so cool. Yeah, because he's not a ton of kids know who he is. I would just say more adults, like who I've talked to, know who, and even at that, I feel like older adults know who he is.
Yeah, probably.
So
it's a weird character. Even the character design is obscure, but then you're just like, it's kind of cool. Am I weird for saying that? You know?
No, no.
Like
I love Beta Ray Bill. He's such a cool character, and there's like a ton of emotion in it too. And I love that because he's just like this big guy, but he's also going through his like own little journey.
Who's the creative team on the book?
Let me see real quick.
Yeah, because that would be really interesting to see who. And this is Marvel, so it'd be really kind of cool to see what they're doing with this character. And I wonder if it's going to be fresh.
So we have Daniel Warren Johnson, and he actually is he's doing all of it. So he's the writer, the penciler, and the cover artist.
That's awesome. Okay,
so
pretty cool.
So he's done Cable, and then he did some Thor too.
Awesome.
So
I'm down to check it out. So
and Wolverine.
Now I gotta get Alien and now Beta Ray Bill. Okay.
Yeah.
Comixology.
Oh no doubt.
Good thing you're not. You guys want to donate to my Comixology account
or Midtown? Yeah. Midtown Comics.
We should like go full Twitch and put the tickers on there. It's like you want to donate to our pool list fund.
Yeah, okay. Remind me to talk to you about that afterwards. But good thing that you're not following Star Wars. Well, you're into Star Wars too, yeah?
Yes, so that's another one where I'm like, I try to like grab a book and like follow the book, and then they'd start throwing all these tie-ins at you too, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, guys, come on. So I always fall off of a Star Wars book.
This one, like Marvel it's been hard because they just throw out so many and then they just all like tie in some way. So it gets really hard for people just to jump in. So like, for instance, I think right now they have Star Wars. Well, they have a lot right now, but in particular, they have just the Star Wars main series line and then like Darth Vader. And right now they're in the same time period, and they tell like two different stories. Like we have the same story, but in two different perspectives almost. So we have like Darth Vader's perspective and then
Yep.
like Luke's perspective. And so you could just follow one, but it's even better when you have both of them.
That's really interesting. That's a
It's
really
really cool, but really,
yeah.
yeah. And then right now they're doing the War of the Bounty Hunters. So this week we have Dr. Aphra issue 10 that came out and Darth Vader issue 12.
Okay.
And they're all somehow going to be tying in. I haven't read them yet, but with this bounty hunter event, which ties into bounty hunters, and
Oh my gosh.
so basically they're all going
You
to be
see what
tying
I'm
in
saying?
together.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This is the thing that I'm saying. Like I'm like, okay, cool. Like when Bounty Hunters came out, I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna grab this, and then I was like, oh, some of these covers are pretty dope. Why not? I'll buy one of them. I'll even go to the auctions online, and why not? I got wow, let's do it. I got paid from my podcast. Why not? Let's do this, right?
Yeah.
Nope. Then it turned around. I'm like, there's a freaking tie-in now. Come on, guys. I just wanted to follow one stinking Star Wars book, like
Yep.
without all these tie-ins. It's never gonna happen, man, and it's really hard. And like, I would just give me a collected edition, just like they did with the House of X and Powers of 10 or the House of 10. Rather
Yeah.
than they put it all collected in the collected edition, the trade edition. It had it all in order the way you should read.
Should read it. Yeah.
Like,
And
there we go. Give me that, and I'll buy it, and I'll read it all day. I'm cool with that all day long.
no, but they still need it. Yeah. So this week we have Dr. Aphra and Vader, which they all have to do with. They're both the preludes to War of the Bounty Hunters. So
Okay.
I haven't read those yet, but I've been following along with it since 2015, since Marvel took over the Star Wars copyrights. That's since I've been following it. So it's like there's just been so much. I get why people are intimidated to. And then Miles Morales right now, it's actually really, Miles Morales has been really, really good. They have the Clone Saga, which so far it's been better than Peter Parker's.
Oh,
so
really?
yeah, I've liked it a lot.
That's awesome.
So that came out today. And then for DC, the one book that I'm getting is Mr. Miracle, The Force of Freedom. And
that came out.
I got it because I have no idea who Mr. Miracle is. Like,
really?
Completely honest. Yeah. I
So
I have no idea.
Okay, everybody talks about Tom King's Mr. Miracle, right? Have you heard everybody tell you about that? No, everybody tells that is a good one. But I have a love-hate relationship with Tom King stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes he's on. Sometimes he's not. Like, I can't stand his when he was doing his Booster Gold stuff. I'm just like, dude, I just want to bash my head into cinder blocks because of your writing right now. Like,
well, he's been writing Rorschach. Yeah, and I've enjoyed that series a lot.
Have you? Okay. Well.
Yeah, but that's all. I'm looking at some of the other things. I think that's all that I've really have read from him. He did Vision, but I didn't get into that.
That's what the Vision is. That's what I'm talking about. I know he did Miracle too, didn't he? He did. I think so. I think he did.
Let's see. Nightwing, Grayson, Robin War, Batman, Detective Comics, Mr. Miracle. Yeah.
Yep.
In 2017.
Yeah, he did. As you said it, I pulled it right up.
Oh, did you?
Same time. Yep. So yeah, awesome. Yeah, so it's really good, and so is his Vision stuff. So I'd love to see what his Rorschach sounds like, and this one.
Yeah, I'm behind on Rorschach because a lot of people told me that I needed to read Doomsday Clock before I read this, and then other people told me that I didn't. So
Uh, yeah, you might need to because it's a big plot line. I think you might not need to unless they reiterate it in the Rorschach series.
So I guess we'll see. But independent book wise, The Last Ronin issue 3 came out.
Oh yeah, awesome! I've got issue 2. Where do I got issue 2?
Have you read them yet?
I've read the first one. I need
Yeah,
to
okay.
I need to get issue 3. Here's my issue 2.
Okay, yeah, I read the first one too. I haven't read issue 2
I
yet.
really need this to go in a bag and board, and I don't know why I'm
Yes.
holding it up right now and showing you guys because that's a hot commodity right there, right?
It is. Yeah.
I've got issue 1 over here somewhere, too.
Yeah, those were super hot and they were flying off the shelves. Our comic book store though said that it got damaged. So we won't get it this week, but yeah, I've heard just good things about it.
I was really lucky to that one of my favorite comic book shops in the world is on the East Coast. And the owner of Pope Comics over there did amazing, and she sent me a care package, and I purchased it from them and stuff, and so I bought a bunch of stuff from them online, and she sent it out to me, and I happened to have.
What?
We happened to have a Last Ronin. She's like, I got one copy. I saved it for you. I was like,
Oh,
thank you, because I couldn't find one. And I was telling her, I had her on the show, and I was telling her, I can't find one. And they had one. She's like, I think I might have one somewhere.
actually,
I was like, oh, so cool. So,
that's how I got mine, was from the Rogue Trader on TikTok.
oh, yeah?
Do you know him or
Yeah.
see him? Yeah, that's because he has a comic book shop out in Utah. And so if I can't find things at mine, I'm like, hey. And so, yeah, he saved one for me, which was
awesome.
super cool. So, no, good. I'm glad you're able to find an issue 1.
Make friends because especially
They help you.
in shops.
Yes. And he's actually the one who also got me into independent comics because he was like, I'm going to send you a couple issues and I think you should check them out. So he sent me The Ice Cream Man. And I think that was like one of the first books that I've read.
That is a good one. Definitely a good one to look into.
And then Something is Killing the Children. That came out today, which volume 2 I just bought. It came through Amazon. Volume 2 of their trade back came out today.
It's so good,
not
isn't
today.
it?
Yes. People were telling me about it, and I couldn't find an issue 1, so I had to buy the trade back for that one.
I think I've got multiple issue 1s here somewhere.
Do you?
Back here.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything past like issue 5. So I ended up getting just the trade back.
If I do have an extra issue 1, I will send that to you guys as well. How about that?
Cool. Thanks. Only if you have extra.
I do. I think I might have like a variant cover and the regular cover or something like that. I was gonna start collecting them. I was gonna start collecting them and like buying every cover of it. And then I was just like, that's gonna be too much. It's a lot of money.
I stopped buying variants for that reason. Because I already spend so much on just regular comics that I can't imagine buying the variants. I did for like Berserker with all the foils.
You can get bit by the bug. You can get bit by the bug if you do, guys. I'm just saying. Look at this. So I got this I think I showed you this really cool cover.
Yeah.
But I also have another hot commodity right here. Berserker #1.
Yep. They came out, our comic book shop came out with like, if you could buy all of the covers for like a certain price. So we have all of the variants for that one.
So I messed up and I did not get on the Kickstarter when it came out. And I was like, I was going to, and I actually had picked out, this is how far I went. I was on Kickstarter on my phone, and I went so far to pick out my pledge, so far to even map out how when they were going to take the money and all that stuff. I was like, okay, cool. I'll be getting paid here. They'll take it out here. And then I ended up not pulling the trigger. I don't know why. I just didn't. What
were some of the incentives if you were on their Kickstarter?
So I have a rule. I have a rule for myself. I don't go over like the 50 like I always try to stay in like the $30 to $40 range.
Mm-hmm.
I try to not go over the 50 range. So whatever, I can't even remember like what it was. It was probably like it's always a digital copy and the print copy, and they always do some really cool like stretch goals and send you stickers and like metal cards and things like that. It's always the same kind of things at that tier. So
Okay.
it's always that kind of
Yeah. Hey, but at least you have issue 1. So
yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, I grabbed it. It was still on the shelf. It was like still on the shelf like last week at another shop.
Yeah.
I was
We
like,
still have.
what? I was like, what
They
is
still have variants on the shop at my shop.
crazy? How do you're like, how is this still on the shelf? I'm gonna get it.
Yep.
Why?
Yep. That's what we did. And then Department of Truth came out too. I think, were you saying that you couldn't get into that one?
I have not.
Or was that?
I have not gotten into it yet.
Or was that Dave?
It was probably Dave. It was
Dave.
It's always Dave.
Him liking Alien. Well, Resident Alien. Sorry. But
I swear he's got a man crush on Alan Tudyk. I'm talking to you, Dave. I'm talking to you. You know it. I'm talking to you. You have a man crush on Alan Tudyk.
He's probably asleep right now. His kids are sleeping.
Probably.
Have you read Department of Truth at all, though?
I have not read that one yet. No.
But if you like conspiracy theories, and
okay,
they all like tie in together. A lot of people haven't been a fan of like the artwork because the artwork is very different. But sorry, say that again.
I said, is it?
Yeah. It's not like the sharp lines that some people like. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. But
yeah, so there's a market out there for that, like, what do they call it, the chaos style or whatever?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Is it chaos style? Okay.
I'm gonna say I don't know what chaos style is, but based off of what I would definitely call it chaos.
Okay.
Because it definitely feels like a lot is going on.
I think it's more. It's probably just like a thing that people just call it. It's probably not what they actually call it. But yeah, it's where they go like, it's not sloppy, but it's like, I don't know. Whatever.
I just Googled it, and I am pretty sure this is what it is.
Okay, there you go.
But
now it has. I don't think I'm really into the chaos type style stuff either.
Yeah.
So I mean, some people are really into it. Some people are like me, and I don't know if I can get into it.
I think if it was a different story, I wouldn't be able to. But because it's this very dark and almost like, my favorite term is a fever dream, because it's very like fever dreamish.
Okay.
And I think it matches like a fever nightmare.
Okay. It makes sense.
So, but yeah, so that one.
Yeah, I get it.
Out. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. But those ones are another ones that are hard to find. Like first, I can't find anything past issue 8. So I just ordered the trade back versions of those.
Oh, so. Awesome. Yeah, man. That's really cool. What else? Anything else?
No. Shadow Man, issue 2, which is by Valiant.
Oh, Valiant.
Yeah. That issue 2 came out today. And awesome. I haven't read issue 1 yet, but I've heard really good things about it as well.
Yeah, Valiant Comics is good. They're pretty good. So today, you guys can grab Black Friday #2 from Scout Comics. This one is actually really cool because on 2 Scout Geeks that dropped yesterday, the episode, you guys can head over to 2scoutgeeks.com and listen to Black Friday in May. We my buddy John took over the reins and had an interview with John Clark, the creator, the writer on Black Friday, and he talks to him all about the book in there. And I then turn around and do a kind of like a overview, first impression of the book, as well as the book called Locust from Massimo Rossi. So check that one out. It's a really cool listen. Really, really awesome stuff. We got another episode coming out too. We're going to be talking to HS Tack from Redshift, which actually dropped today as well. That book, so from Scout, it's called Redshift. It's a really cool story. And then you got Sweet Downfall trade paperback. That's an awesome one. If you guys like Carticelli stuff, freaking awesome. Sweet Downfall is a really good book. So check it out from Scout. That's what I'm picking up in my pull list.
Is
Those
it?
three. Yep, those three are in my list right now. So
Cool. I'll have to check them out.
yeah, super cool. Awesome stuff. And then we're going to be talking to HS Tech. And I don't know, I might drop the episode next week. I just got to get into the studio and edit it. So that's all I got to do.
Nice.
Well, I also got to record some stuff. Got to talk about some books. So
always exciting. Always exciting.
Awesome.
Always good comic stuff.
Cool. I mean, I don't have anything else. You got anything else?
No, I don't have any cool comic shop talk surprise.
Yeah. I think we're good here. I think we can end out the show here. You know what? You guys can head on over to Twitter and check us out at WED Warriors Live. That's WED Warriors Live on Twitter. Check us out on Facebook. I don't think we're on Instagram yet. I should probably do an Instagram. I need to really get on that stuff. But we are on Facebook and Twitter, and you guys can check us out there. Yeah, eventually, I'll get websites and all that good stuff eventually.
That requires time, which you are kind of spinning a lot of plates right now. So give yourself some grace.
Yeah, and a lot of those plates are breaking.
Oh, no.
Anyway, we go on living. So thank you again, Ambrosia. Please let everybody know where they can find you on social media.
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Ambrosia_Linda, and then TikTok at Comics and Cupcakes.
Awesome. If you guys want to find us on TikTok, you guys can find us at Geek Collective. That is the Geek Collective on TikTok. I am actually on Twitter all over the place. You can find Wednesday Warriors there as well. Just find us there. You can find the Geek Collective. You can find all my shows, Two Scout Geeks, House of Indie. You can find Age of Radio there as well too. So check us out. Also, hang out with us next week. We're gonna be doing this all over again. So awesome. We thank you guys for hanging out, and again, thank you. Remember to support your local comic shop and pick up your pulls. That's the thing to do, right? That's the right thing to do.
Most definitely.
We'll see you guys later. Peace.